watching a TV show on Chicago last night and about the violence. And there was a community activist that talked about how well pundits and people on TV could talk about what was wrong with the young black men in Chicago and could very clearly articulate why they were killing one another. But he got to the point to say, who is going to come with a solution? That's the issue. I'm talking to the adults in the room. Our generation is very adept at articulating what is wrong, particularly with our young folk, as if the young folk didn't come from us. So we have a propensity not to look at our leadership of the young folk, but to blame young folk for their ills of society as if they did not come under our tutelage. So the first thing we need to do is look at ourselves to see where we went wrong. I'm not talking about these kids here, I'm just talking about society in general. I was particularly inspired now because while we don't have to articulate the solution, I'm coming to you kids, we don't have to articulate the solution anymore, y'all, because the solution is sitting behind you, they just don't know it yet. The solution to society's ills and norms are going to come from the young folk sitting behind you. At one point, you didn't know it, but there was an awards ceremony in Hawaii, and there was a young man sitting in that award ceremony, and nobody knew who they were looking at. His name was Barack Obama. He was receiving an award just along with everybody else, but nobody knew that they were looking at the future first African-American president. Right. So what I'm telling you all there, hold on, just listen to me, y'all. What I'm telling you all adults is, you don't even know who you're looking at right now, but you're looking at greatness. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to stand up and turn around and stain in your membrane the image of these scholars, because you don't know who you're looking at, y'all. Stand up and look at them. Stand up and look at Listen, y'all. I got some notes in my notebook. I'm getting ready to deviate for just a second. Because while I was standing back there, and I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody who put this program together, because when we are in the confines of school and we think about bell schedules, sometimes we move with a level of expediency to get through a program, but we don't slow down. When we acknowledge athletes on signing day, we don't slow down. Their whole families are up here, we take pictures, we have food. When we honor folk for anything other than academics, it seems like we give them more shine than when we honor those who are academically the best of ours. So I'm going to slow down. Slow down. I'm going to slow down. I'm talking to you, students. I'm going to slow down because you deserve this recognition. You deserve for these folks to recognize how well you do in the classroom. You deserve for us to know your names and see your faces. You deserve for us to catapult you into the best of the best. Because the most important thing that we do here, in not sports, in not social media, it's not friendship, it's not any of those things. The most important thing that we do here is teaching and learning. And in that arena of the school, you all are the best. And you need to know that you are the best. You need to walk around with the swagger that you are the best. You need to walk around with your chest up and your shoulders back, knowing that you are the smartest of the smart. So if any of you in your own mind, in the quietness of your own bedroom, deal with self-esteem, deal with lack of confidence, deal with body issues, deal with bullying, deal with anything that sends your emotions on the negative side, I need you to eradicate that, because you are the best that we have to offer. Listen, I need y'all to hear that. In the moment, because it is going to come, when you don't feel the best about yourself, I want you to remember that you were sitting here being recognized for your grades. In the moment when your peers don't see you as they should see you, you see yourself as the best. We need you. This community needs you. Some of you may not ask for the pressure to change the dynamic of our community and the trajectory of your people culturally, but you have been catapulted into that seat because you are the smartest of the smart. You're the best of the best. And so with that responsibility comes a level of charge for you. When I was listening to those senators talk about gun laws and talk about what are we going to do about guns in our society, I was reminded by a quote by Malcolm X who said his mind is his lethal weapon. I'm going to say it one more time. He said his mind is his lethal weapon. And so when we talk about articulation of the problem, my mind goes to who is the solution. Mariah Freeman, you are the solution to global warming. Jabrila Hester, you are the answer to gun violence that plagues our community. Kevon Holloway, you are the answer to hypertension that kills so many black and brown folk. Jack Cruz, you are the answer to cancer. Not the articulation of the problem, but you are the solution to it. Moray Brown, you are the answer to systemic racism. I'm not talking about the racism that you see in the store. I'm talking about the systemic racism that keeps black and brown folk regulated to poverty. Kiara Campbell, you are the solution to a problem that we don't even see coming. Samora Reed, you are the answer to the negative effects of social media and what it does to our mental. So I'm going to close just by saying you are that group of people. Last thing I'm going to say is this. I was thinking about this. I'm talking to y'all. I was in a conversation with some adults, and the adults were complaining that the young folk don't have a connection to our historians. These young kids today don't even know who Martin Luther King is. Listen. These young kids today don't even know who Malcolm X is. And you shouldn't, because those heroes are our heroes. They're ours. They're not theirs. They're our heroes. I'm talking to grandparents. He's not even my hero, King. My hero is Barack Obama. He's mine. The question is, who in this room is going to be the hero? I'm not asking you to look for a hero. I'm asking you to be the hero. Who in this room is not going to charge us to look in the past, but is going to walk us to the future? Who in this room is going to be the Martin Luther King? Who in this room is going to be the Haile Selassie? Who in this room is going to be the Malcolm X? Who in this room is going to be the Cesar Chavez? Not to look back and learn from them, but to teach us what it means. We need a new level of leadership. We need a new vision. We need a new tenacity. We can't keep leaning on the forefathers of the past. We got to look to the future, and that's y'all. I love you. Congratulations.